विज्ञान की अनकही कहानियाँ। आइए हम सुने विज्ञान की अनसुनी कहानियाँ।
Hello listeners, you're listening to Vigyan Ki Awaaz podcast program on STEM popularization, catalyzed and supported by the Ministry of Science and Technology, Government of India and Media for Community Foundation. Project devised and designed by Dr. R. Sridhar and assisted by Ashish Tiwari. Local coordination and production, Professor Subramanian. Content writing by Priyanshu and post-production by Professor Kaushik P. Kanchan of Garden City University, Bengaluru.
Garden City University, conquer we shall all adversity. Together we stand in unity. Together we strive for prosperity. GCU, emphasis on life. GCU, emphasis on life.
In this episode, we have Professor Varadarajan, a leading scientist in protein biophysics. His research focuses on understanding the relationship between protein stability and amino acid structure, with applications in vaccine development and biotherapeutics. He has played a key role in designing thermally stable vaccines for diseases like COVID-19 and influenza. Join us as we explore his groundbreaking work and impact on its global health. Professor Varadarajan began by outlining his field of specialization, detailing his focus on the relationship between protein stability and amino acid structure.
So my general area of research has to do with the understanding of the relationship between protein stability and the amino acid structure of the protein. And it has a number of applications, including for the design of better vaccines and biotherapeutics.
Moving on, he discussed the broader impact of his research on the country, especially in the context of India's scientific and technological advancements leading up to 2047.
So this is mostly protein stabilization, not really crystallography or structure determination. So it can help us make better vaccines. So we have made, for example, thermostable COVID-19 vaccines, and this has been widely reported throughout the world. We have also made improved vaccines for influenza, and I work closely with a startup company that I co-founded in 2017 called Minvax, and we have had a clinical trial for one of our influenza vaccine formulations, a phase 1 trial completed in Australia, and together with ICMR we will be carrying out phase 1, 2 and 3 trials for the vaccine formulation in India starting this year. Okay.
He then provided specific examples of vaccines developed through his research, including thermally stable COVID-19 vaccines and improved formulations for influenza.
So there's very little work being done in India which actually translates some of the laboratory findings to the actual commercial products. There's very good manufacturing in India by the manufacturers, but they don't do.
Reflecting on India's position in the global research and development landscape, he pointed out that while India has strong manufacturing capabilities, there is limited research that translates laboratory findings into commercial products. Looking ahead, he shared his aspirations for the future, emphasizing the goal of seeing commercially available vaccines emerge from his work.
I'd like to see an actual product resulting from our work in the form of commercially available vaccines. As I said, we are doing it now for influenza, and we are also working on vaccines for other respiratory viruses. I mentioned for COVID, though that's now largely over. But we have made vaccine formulations for other subecoviruses, and we are also in the process of making vaccines for respiratory syncytial virus, which is another important respiratory virus.
When asked about his career milestones, he acknowledged receiving several prestigious awards, including the Bhatnagar Award and the Dr. Raghunath Award.
Right. I mean, the awards are, good. They help establish you in your peers, but that is not so important as actual research progress and the if finally we are able to get something that actually works in humans, that will be, I think, much bigger gratification than any award. But I have got various awards. The Bhatnagar Award and the G.N. Ramchandran Gold Medal of CSIR. And then recently I was awarded the Tata Transformation Prize.
Reflecting on his journey, he shared some memorable experiences, including his time working with PhD supervisor Stephen Boxer and postdoctoral mentor Frederick Still.
It's not an incident, that's over a period of time. So yes, both my PhD supervisor Stephen Boxer as well as my postdoctoral supervisor Fred Richards, they were very eminent scientists, and it was a pleasure to work with them.
As the president of Indian Academy of Sciences, he shed light on Academy's key activities, such as publishing scientific journals, running the Summer Research Fellowship Program, organizing lecture workshops, and contributing to policy discussions that help shape India's scientific direction.
Important activities. So, one is it publishes a number of scientific journals, and that is made possible by the generous contributions of the members of the Academy who serve on the editorial boards of these, as well as the staff of the Academy. And these are quite well regarded in many different areas of science.
He further elaborated on the Academy's role in advancing scientific research and education, as well as its contribution to government policy making in science and technology.
The Academy also is responsible for, there is an inter-academy program called the Summer Research Fellowship Program, which awards fellowships to many students and teachers also, to get a flavor of research in laboratories around the country. So the Academy coordinates this program for others, and it also holds a number of lecture workshops and other discussion meetings around various contemporary scientific topics of interest. And we are also attempting to produce reports on different subjects that might be of use for the government in terms of shaping.
Finally, he offered guidance to aspiring scientists, emphasizing the importance of patience, perseverance, and having a clear sense of direction in their research.
Particular advice, they should have a clear understanding of what they want to do, study well, and look for opportunities where they can do research or whatever interests them. That I think everybody has to figure out for themselves. I don't have any advice.
You were listening to Vigyan Ki Awaaz, a podcast on STEM popularization, catalyzed and supported by National Council for Science and Technology Communication, Government of India. Tune in for more such episodes to Vigyan Ki Awaaz on this platform and also through Spotify, YouTube and Apple Music platforms.